The first time that I hit the golf course as a kid, it was a very humbling experience. I was not picking up the game that well, but one thing about me is I ain't no quitter. So, I had to make sure that I just give it a shot. And from that point forward, it's just something I fell in love with.
And I'm catching feelings, baby.
What's up, beautiful people? It's Hershe Sundae, and I'm back with the scoop after dark. How are you? Hopefully, you're doing well. Whether you're winding down for the night, thinking about getting into something new, or stepping into a space you didn't always see yourself in, I want you to know that you are welcome here, you are safe here, and I'm happy to have you. Now, tonight, we got a good one. Y'all, we got company, so please behave. When you think about golf, let's be honest, it's not always something we see ourselves in. But what happens when someone takes that space and makes it feel like culture? Tonight, I'm sitting down with someone who's doing exactly that. He is the creator of Midnight Green Club, Chicago's Black golf community, and the curator behind Chicago Golf Weekend, a whole experience blending golf, culture, music, and community. Y'all, please welcome Desmond Dodd to the scoop. How you doing, Desmond? Hey. Woo! Pew, 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 pew. All of the things. I am so happy and honored to have you here. I know you're a busy man, and just you taking out the time, a little slice to speak to me and the scoops. I really appreciate you.
Most definitely, and I'm honored to be here. Thanks for having me.
Let's Tootsie roll to the first question. Where are you from? Are you from Chicago? Are you a transplant? Let's know.
All right, so I am a transplant, originally from Atlanta, Georgia. What got me to Chicago originally is I went to school in Cincinnati, Ohio, came to visit Chicago on a spring break, fell in love with the city, and I was like, yo, this is the place I got to be. I got out the Army, and then as soon as that happened, I've been here now going on 9 years. Local to South Shore. I'm local to South Shore, the South Side, so or the East Side, as some say. So yeah, that's my little background of Chicago.
I love that. And I love that people are moving here. I know some people don't like it, but I love the fact that people, see us for what we're worth. But Atlanta is cool too. I've been down there. I like me some
Listen.
Atlanta as well.
I love Atlanta till I die, but nothing beats this great city of Chicago.
What made you fall in love with the game?
Yeah, golf is such a beautiful game. It first started when I went to a golf clinic when I was a kid. I went with some other black boys. Our moms put us in this golf clinic for a week in the summer. Fell in love with the game. From that point forward, I remember my dad taking me to the thrift store, picking up some golf clubs and putting a little fake makeshift hole in our backyard. And the rest was history from there. I really got back into the game heavy when I moved to Chicago about 9 years ago. Started going to Diversity Driving Range, was just hitting balls and started hopping on the course, and the rest was history from there.
Do you remember your first time on the course? You mentioned it. Was that the exact moment that it kind of clicked for you? Your first time like touching the actual course?
No, it did not click for me, actually. I'm not going to lie. The first time that I hit the golf course as a kid, it was a very humbling experience. I was not picking up the game that well. But, one thing about me is I ain't no quitter. So, I had to make sure that, I just give it a shot. And from that point forward, it's just something I fell in love with.
And when you fell in love with it, was it at a point where you were like, you know what? I need to build something around this. I need other people to share this experience. Did it kind of feel like a calling to you?
I definitely would say it definitely felt like a calling for me. Again, I picked up the game when I was a kid. I would go to the golf range with my friend's father and him as a kid growing up. And then when I moved to Chicago, I really picked up the sticks heavily. During the pandemic in particular, I found myself going to Douglas Park pretty much every day. I lived across the street at the time and, we was locked up, couldn't do much. And, at that point I was like, let me really get back heavy into this game. And I was going out there every day, just working on my short game and literally started playing with some of my fraternity brothers in the city. We was hitting different tracks around the city, going to Chicago Park districts. And once they all moved away, I realized, hey, I don't have nobody to play with. And I was just like, you know what? I don't really see Chicago has a community that, really fits us in particular. So I was like, you know what, why not go ahead and create this? And the rest was history.
That is perfect, and that was actually my next question. What made you feel like Chicago needed it? And you answered it perfectly. So let's get into like the representation. You
Mhm.
said Black golfers deserve a community that was built for them. What did you see exactly that was missing that made you create the space?
Yeah, every time I was going up to diversity driving range, I would just see a speckle of us, see
Mm.
one person here and there, and I was pretty much the only guy on out there pretty much every Sunday that I was going. And I realized, this is a huge opportunity for us to really get into this game just because of all of the potential benefits of joining this golf game.
Now, if someone was to pull up for the first time, what exactly are they walking into? Like, what's the energy?
You walking into an experience of like no other. The one thing about MGC is we make everyone feel like family. We make everyone feel like they home. Many of our events are beginner friendly, and we really offer just a once in a kind experience that makes you fall in love with this game immediately. I'm not going to lie, golf is not the easiest game to pick up, and it's not the easiest game that you're going to just instantly get. But the one thing about Midnight Green Club in particular is we make it such a friendly, engaging experience wrapped around so many other social benefits that it makes you want to really take the time and invest in this game.
I love that. So, if you can give us a little bit of what to kind of expect, because, ladies and gentlemen, okay, golfers weekend is coming up. I believe it's June 6th through or 5th through the 7th. Am I
That's
right?
correct. June
Okay.
5th through the 7th.
Okay.
So, just to give a full breakdown, it is a 3-day weekend packed full of experiences. First, we're going to kick it off with a happy hour kickoff. That's going to be at Carbon, Chicago. And then Saturday, we're going to head down south to the south suburbs at Coyote Run. We have two events that day. The first is going to be a golf outing for my actual legit golfers, playing a full 18 holes with lunch, tea gifts, and also a afters experience. And then for our ladies, we have a clinic called Tea, Skirts, and Mimosas. Skirts and Mimosas went crazy this past winter. We had our first one, and now we're finally bringing it outside. So, just we have a great thing about one thing about Midnight Green is we really do focus on our ladies. We're 65% women. So
Mm.
we have a lot of events for specifically women every single month just to cater to that demographic. And the great thing about T-skirts and mimosas is you don't need clubs, you don't need any experience, but you're going to walk away knowing the basics of golf. So, and we're going to make it a fun, engaging experience for you while you're there.
I think what I love about that too, because I've never golfed, obviously, I'm like, oh, I have my own hesitation because you don't want to look silly in front of professionals. But what I
Yeah.
love is that you have it for beginners, and it's already kind of provided. You pay for the ticket and you show up and have a curated experience, and it's fun.
Yeah, definitely. Again, one thing about us is we love to make golf fun. It's already a fun game in itself, but the one thing about us is we tack on so many different social aspects. For example, on Saturday afterwards, for the outing and the tea skirts and mimosas, we're heading over to NBC Cigar Lounge. We're going to have some drinks. We have some drink sponsors that's giving out free drinks, complimentary for just coming to the event. And we're going to kick it. We have a full golf simulator within the venue, so you can be able to continue working on your swing while you're there. And then you're going to be around other people that either already playing the game, learning the game, and we're just going to have a ball.
So for everyone who's like, oh, I need to be there, I need to attend, where can they go to and purchase the tickets?
Yes, you can go to Chicago Golf Weekend.
And where can they follow you?
You can follow me on IG at Keith Dion, or you can follow us at midnightgreenclub.com, or you can even follow the weekend as well at Chicago Golf Weekend on Instagram as well. We're also on TikTok as well. So if you want to, we're on all the different platforms, Facebook, anywhere you want to find us, we're there.
I have one last question for your younger self, for younger
Mhm.
Desmond. What would you say to him in regards to what you're doing now as far as pursuing being a curator of such an impactful event space for people like us, Black folks, people of color? Like, what would you tell him?
I would say just be open. You never know where life can take you. Little did I know when I started this club and when I got back into the game of golf that it would lead to me having the assistant golf coach position at Chicago State as an actual career. So I would just tell him, just be open to, anything that this game can bring you. There's so many great opportunities for us within the space of golf. And that's what I would tell my younger self.
Well, listen, Desmond, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to speak to us.
Thank
I'm
you for
super
having me.
excited for next month. It's going to be a lot of fun. Y'all hurry up,
Yes.
get y'all
Yeah.
tickets. I know that it goes fast, so please hurry, hurry, hurry. do like the man said and go on the website, purchase tickets. And thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to, again, like, share, follow, and comment for more content. And just remember, wherever you are, take care of your heart. And I'll speak with you soon after dark. Peace.
Peace.